Good is good. It's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're going to be building a squad if you had 1 million MT. Now, here's the thing, okay, that you guys need to understand. 1 million MT right now is quite a lot of MT, okay? So you guys got to know that, got to realize that. And the market is slowly declining. Now, why? Because of the guaranteed packs for $50. People can get their favorite cards, as well as cards are just getting better and better in general. So just know 1 million MT can build you a really solid squad. And a squad I got like right now costs what, 700k? But again, I use a lot of free cards, which again can help you save up your MT. Now, before we dive any further into that, if you are new to my channel, man, make sure to smash that subscribe button. We are on the road towards 120,000 subscribers. At the point guard position, I'm going to give you 2 options because I'm feeling generous. First option, Titans Ben Simmons for just over 100,000 MT. What does Titans Ben Simmons give you? Well, basically everything the hero Ben gives you outside of just a little worse shooting the ball. 6'11". Again, if you give him a shoe coach, you're going to be just fine. Defense is nearly perfect. Again, if you can find one with like half range, that's what I would really look at. Can probably find one for just over 100,000 MT. The other point guard that I definitely wouldn't hesitate on is out of position Nikola Jokic. Now again, you're probably going to spend 150 on Jokic, 160 maybe, whereas on like a Ben, you probably can't even get for it cheaper. So those are the 2 options at the point guard position for right over 100,000 MT that I definitely would recommend. At the shooting guard position, this should be no surprise for you guys. Dark Matter Tim Thomas. Now, I don't know if I'm seeing things or if he actually is a buyout. If he is actually a buyout, maybe you guys go for the hero version. I'm going to bid 100k on this last second because there is no way Tim Thomas should be a buyout. I mean, the card is too good to be a buyout. I know that 2K has been doing like some promotions with Tim Thomas basically being available in like a guaranteed Dark Matter pack, right? If you purchase like this VC bundle. Either way, I love TT. Whether it's the interdimensional, whether it's the hero, I don't really care. TT is going to play great defense because he is 6'10". Obviously, the hero one play better defense in this one. His movement is absolutely immaculate. If you've ever used Tim Thomas, you know how truly good he can be and how high of a level the man can truly play at. Now, obviously, that one went for 107. But if you can get him for 107, that is an absolute steal. Now, if you can get the hero one for under 200k, that is what I would recommend. Obviously, the interdimensional, if you could find one like this with 46 Hall of Famers, it's tough to beat that as well. So, I love Tim Thomas. My favorite shooting guard in the game is outside of KD. KD's number 1, and then it is the hero TT number 2. At the small forward position, we're plugging in Andre Kirilenko. And the reason I feel like AK at the small forward position, for you guys might be like a little bit of a surprise, is because people get AK to play that shooting guard position. Now, for me, in my kind of point of view, I love AK, but the problem is, do I think he's as good of a ball handler as like a T-Mac, as a Tim Thomas? I personally don't. And so that's why I don't necessarily gas AK too much. But for 59, 60,000 MT, 6'9", basically perfect 3-ball, he can move a little bit as well, but he's going to be an absolutely incredible defensive player. Now, why do I like AK at the 3 in this type of lineup? Because you go 6'11", 6'10", 6'9", right? You've got a tall point guard. You've got a tall shooting guard. That's why I feel like AK in this type of lineup really does fit at that small forward position. Not the power forward position, I'm plugging in Taco Fall. Now here's part of the reason, okay? And I think people need to understand it, okay? Taco, I like this week more than any other week. I know we might get Wemby on Friday, stuff like that, or Thursday, stuff like that. That's fine. I think Taco, we're not going to see another Taco for at least another basically 10 days. And so that's why I like Taco. Because at 7'6", he's going to be tough to match. I know his speed might not be great. His lateral quickness might not be great. He is 7'6". You can give him 28 Hall of Famers. And a lot of the tacos you see are going to have extra Hall of Fame badges. And you can get them for like 150 with a ton of extra Hall of Famers. That's why I like Taco for right now in my team. Because I initially thought Taco might come last week. And as time's going on, I'm like, man, Taco is going to do work for you guys at that power forward position. And at the center position, I'm plugging in Yao. Now, a lot of people might be like, oh, well, Dark Matter Yao is really expensive. Okay, but this Yao is perfect and is 550, whatever. The Yao I'm talking about, Galaxy Opal Yao. This Yao is fine. Now, sure, I'd try to get one with, maybe 19, 20, 21, a few extra Hall of Famers. But if you can get this Yao for under 200K with a few extra Hall of Famers, he's absolutely elite. You don't need any other center outside of Yao. Is the Dark Matter Yao better than the Galaxy Opal Yao? Yes, but barely. And when I say barely, you will not notice the difference. Again, with height running my team, it's not necessarily about the stats. It's not necessarily about the badges. It's about how tall a specific player is, what is their release, all of those things. This Yao can play at a very high level. So Ben Simmons about 120K. You go TT. About 150, AK about 50, Taco 150, 200, Yao 200K. You're looking at 600, 700K by the time you are done with things. Then we head to the bench unit, and there should be no surprise in my backup point guard. We're plugging in Hero Hidu Turkoglu. Now, I'm going to say it. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it. His price is going to continue to rise. With as much as I gas Hidu, I do expect his price to continue to rise because there's not that many Hidus up. Don't be surprised if in a couple of days he's 30, 40,000 MT because he is that good in my team. 6'10", good frame, good release, plays good defense, does it all on the court for you guys. I mean, the big thing is, can you get the tray up or down? If you can get it down, I love him. If you can't get it down, might leave a little bit to be desired. I love Hidu in my team. And for 20,000 MT, it is hard to beat that. Shooting guard position, Radiant Dark Matter Tracy McGrady. A card who, again, has went down in price. You can get him for 200K. One of the easiest cards of all time to use. You can pick up the game, use T-Mac, and have more success with him than Tim Thomas, than Kevin Durant. And honestly, for the guy who's average at the game, they're going to be better with this Radiant T-Mac than nearly any other shooting guard in my team. Better than TT, better than KD even. If, again, you just picked up the game. That's why I really like Hidu, or really like T-Mac. He's basically training wheels, and guys at every skill level can use this card and have a lot of success with him. A thing that might not go over well in the community. At the small forward position, I'm plugging in Big Z. Here's the deal with Big Z. If you can get a Big Z with like 29, 30 Hall of Famers for 70K, what are we doing here? What are we doing? What is the holdup? If you can find a Big Z with like 28 Hall of Famers for a buyout, this one's got 34 Hall of Famers for a buyout. What are we really doing here? I mean, the Big Z I got has 27 Hall of Famers, and I absolutely love the card. You give him a speed shoe, that's really all he needs. Sure, his lateral quickness is not great. His perimeter defense is not great. But offensively, he's one of the most talented guys in the entire game. And again, if you already have Yao and Taco in your starting lineup, you're going to need some big guys in the backup bench unit. That is what Big Z is for. For my bench unit, if I go up against the Manute, Big Z has a better chance of stopping him than a guy like my power forward, who I'm just going to tell you guys is Thurl Bailey. Big Z, switch on to Manute. At least he can provide some sort of resistance. I'm not saying he's going to be the be-all, end-all, but he can at least help you guys out. At the power forward position, I already kind of ruined it. Hero Thurl Bailey. I know he's getting to the point where people are like, okay, Ty, Thurl Bailey needs to, his time is over with, it needs to end. But is it over with? That's what I'd encourage you guys to think about today. Is Thurl Bailey's time really over, or is he still really, really good in my team and a card that you can run at every level? Now, here's the deal. This one got for 36. I'm just going to turn around and sell him for a little bit more. Nothing crazy, for 42, 4,300, and just make that little bit of empty profit. But here's the deal for Thurl Bailey. It's going to be tough to beat a guy like this. 6'11", good three-ball, good standing driving dunk, has a great release, 90 or above everything defensively, and just does it at a very high level. You put, again, Big Z on the power forward, switch Thurl onto the small forward. He's basically 6'11", then at that small forward, playing at a really, really high level. I love Thurl Bailey, and he'll be in my, I guess, if I was just starting a game, he would definitely 100% be in my lineup. And at the center position, it really is preference. You need a giant. I'm going with Mark Eaton. If you want to go with Ralph, if you want to go with Arvydas Sabonis, do what you got to do. I'm plugging in Big Mark Eaton. Has a smooth release. Sure, lacks a few badges, lacks some stuff here and there. But as far as an overall complete center in my team, I think it's decently tough to beat what Mark Eaton can do and provide for you guys for 40,000 MT. 7'4", decent three ball, again, decent defense, good speed, lateral quickness. And badge-wise, it's decent enough. Sure, he doesn't have all the playmaking shooting badges you can ask for, but it is solid enough in my team. And again, his release can carry him a little bit as well, because it is I'm not going to say the best release in the game, but it's decently quick, easy to time, easy to green, and you can do work with big Mark Ian in my team. Here is the final squad that I personally would build if I had 1 million MT today. Again, it is definitely heavy towards that starting lineup, but again, you can play your starters 13, 14 minutes and have no issues with it. Honestly, I'd probably play Taco the whole game, especially if you get one with a few extra Hall of Fame badges at that. I like having good ball handlers, so that's where Tim Thomas, T-Mac, a lot of the MT is being spent there. But again, those are guys I am pretty high on in general. That is going to wrap it up for our video today, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this 1 million squad builder down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.